What is high performance? I know you guys see me quoted all the time as high performance coach Brendon, but what the heck does that mean? Well, for me, it means I coach people to reach their highest levels of performance and potential in everything that they're doing. But what is high performance and who is a high performer and how do you get there? Well, I've spent 19 years researching and working and coaching people through this topic because I just feel like, isn't that what we all want? You know, we all want to become our best at whatever we're doing, and we don't want to become our best over a short period of time. You know, I don't think many people are looking for peak performance. You know, teach me to be good, real good, and then of course what's at the bottom or the next part of every peak? A valley, a drop. It's like we want heightened and sustained performance and potential in our life. We want it to be heightened, we want to sustain it. That's what we call high performance. As a sort of textbook definition, we could say it means in our personal lives, it means succeeding and excelling over the long term above standard norms. That means we do better than we usually would for a long period of time. We maintain our potential, we maintain our success, we maintain the energy, the vibe, the flow, the zone, whatever you call it. Right? A lot of athletes would say, you know, I had a season where I was really in the zone. What they meant was they hit high performance that season. You know, that was a season when they were excelling beyond what they normally did, and they maintained it. And those times in our lives are amazing, right? I mean, have you ever had a time at work when you really hit your stride, where you really hit high performance? It seems like you were being more productive than you usually were, more productive than even your teammates or maybe even your supervisor were. You were like in the flow, you were on for a period of time. I don't mean just a day or a week. I mean, you are really on it for a couple of months or maybe even a year or two. That's when you hit high performance. My quest has been to figure out, well, what happened in that year or two for you? Or what happened in that season for the athlete so they can grasp it again, so they can get it back? My whole career is ultimately about figuring that out. I mean, if you read all my books, it's always trying to figure out how do we draw from ourselves the greatest amount of energy, engagement, enthusiasm we can so we can experience what we call the charged life. And I feel like if we experience the charged life enough, that's when we hit high performance in all areas of our life. That's when we feel like, you know, it's just our relationships are vibing and going really well. Our career is vibing and going really well. Our hobbies, our passions. Now, it would be a little bit crazy to think all those things could always be perfect, and that's not what I'm after at all. I'm not after perfection. I'm after excellence. I'm after how can we all achieve our best, but keep at that level where instead of life where it's ups and downs and ups and downs and ups and downs for so many people, that's not what we're after. When an Olympic athlete hires me or a Fortune 50 CEO hires me, the reason they do it is because they know I'm gonna get them up here, I'm gonna keep them up there. Because they can't afford in the marketplace to have ups and downs. Their sponsors don't like when they have lots of wins and losses. They hit peak performance in a game, but the next game they fall back down. It's like, no, how do we keep them up there? Well, here's what I found. There's basically 5 qualities of high performance. It's that people who are high performing in any area, they got these 5 things going on for them. And if we can just get you to that point where we maintain those 5 things, then we could call you a high performer no matter what you're doing. And so what's the first one? The first quality of high performance or a high performer is clarity. They've got just an uncommon amount of clarity about who they are, what they're seeking to do or achieve or experience. They've got a heightened quality about what their interactions should be with other people. They're very, very, very focused. Again, they're clear about who they are, about what they're after, how they should be interacting with other people, what experiences they're after. I mean, they're in the zone because they know their goal. They're in the zone because they know what they're about, they know their strengths, they know what the game is, and all that clarity in their life allows them to make better decisions, to focus on what's important, to get rid of distractions, to be who they truly are, to be intentional. All that comes from clarity. And without clarity, there's no way we could ever reach high performance in our lives. The second thing that we know for sure is there's heightened and sustained levels of energy. high performers have more energy. A high-performing athlete has more energy than one who's dogging it. We know that. There's a physical vitality, a mental stamina too, that goes along with their days. The energy is just, it's like it's palpable. You can feel it around them. And of course, it's not luck. They're generating that energy. They're conditioning that energy in their body by their training regimen. They're conditioning the energy in their mental stamina by having the clarity of what to focus on, what not to focus on, and getting very disciplined about where they give their time, energy, effort, attention. So they're not pulled in a million different places, because you know how it is. If you're pulled in a million different places or you're multitasking dozens and dozens of things, your energy is dissipated. Theirs is extraordinarily focused and powered up with reserves. The third thing that we see is a heightened level of courage, that they're more likely to speak up for themselves, to speak up for their ideas, to know what they stand for, to take bold action and risks than other people. That's what high performers do. They're more willing to speak up for themselves, take action, and take risks than other people. And that's why they tend to get ahead a little bit better than other people. Because so many other people are paralyzed with analysis paralysis. They're scared about what to do. They're unwilling to take that risk that might just give them that extra edge. And so high performers are very focused on being courageous. They, in fact, tend to sort of focus on the word courage in their work. They know that it takes a high degree of courage to put their ideas out there, to express who they truly are with the world, to say no to things that aren't on their path or of their passion, to stick to their purpose even when the whole world is judging them or pushing them. They stay the course. They have the courage to stay the course. And because they do that, they outperform everybody else who gave up or quit when they got judged or when it was too hard or who were too scared to take the action. So we have to look at people's courage to see how they're doing in their life. The next thing we know, the fourth element of high performance is productivity. High performers just produce more. If you look at a high performing athlete, they're putting in more hours on the field. If you look at a high performing executive, they're more efficient and effective with their time than their counterparts. It seems in the same amount of time, they get more done, or they get into the experience deeper, or they're more efficient and effective at it. And because they are, obviously they're able to get ahead faster than other people. But we have to look at that in our own lives, How productive have you been in this last couple weeks? Be honest about it, because it's gonna dictate whether or not you're gonna ever reach your full potential. Isn't it true? Productivity has so much to do with our full potential. You look at even an artist. A lot of artists are judged based on how prolific they were. Were they productive in their careers? Did they put out one painting, or were they like Monet? Did they put out one musical arrangement, or were they a Beethoven? Were they thinking of one formula, or were they solving all formulas like Einstein? There's something about a high performer in any area that they just get more done, partially because they stay at it, partially because of clarity, energy, and courage. So honestly, evaluating ourselves in that area is vital. A lot of the work I do with senior executives comes back down to reclaiming their life, reclaiming their day. If you read the Motivation Manifesto, you saw declaration number 2 is reclaim your agenda. Get your life's agenda back. Get your life back on track. Take back control. Discover what you truly want and start moving towards that with greater boldness, effectiveness, and efficiency, and life changes. Last one, high performers have a greater level of influence. They have greater people skills. They're just kind of good with other people because they give other people time, attention, respect, honor. And by caring about other people deeply, they tend to get what they want too, because other people see them as compassionate and kind, so they reciprocate. And because they have high levels of ability to give and to take and to be with other people in influential ways, to lead other people, to be a good role model for other people admire and respect them, so they help them. They join their team. They cheer them on. They support them. They invest in them because, frankly, they tend to be exceptionally caring, good, contributing people. Now, is it possible for all of us to become high performers? The answer is yes. Are high performers born or made? They're conditioned. They're created by habit. In each of these areas, even if they didn't know it, each of these areas. I've worked with a lot of people, like I mentioned, even major celebrities or music stars. They might not have ever even thought consciously about clarity, energy, courage, productivity, and influence. But you look at their lives and those elements are there and they're sharpened and they're honed. They're sharpened, they're honed because they've focused on their life. They're mastering their mind, their emotions, their schedule. They focus on the discipline of creating real knowledge, skills, talent, abilities, and they've done it longer than anyone else. And so those areas, they got sharpened, even if just by luck and habit. My job is to ask questions of our clients to help them find greater levels of power in each of those areas. That's what makes me a high performance coach, is I know how to work with people's psychology, their physiology, their productivity, their people skills, to heighten those 5 levels of clarity, energy, courage, productivity, and influence. I hope that this has helped you to kind of explain what the heck it is I do, what the heck it is so many certified high performance coaches do out there in the world. And I hope that someday you consider yourself a high performer, or you make it a life's goal to help people reach higher performance. You can check out my websites or visit us at High Performance Academy at some point in your life, and we'll talk about it there, and that's where people get certified and learn about how to become a high performance coach. But I just hope this answers your question. A lot of people ask me all the time, what the heck do you do, Brendon? Well, that's what I do. I hope that by just talking about this, you evaluated your life a little bit more closely in those 5 areas of high performance. Get good at those 5 areas, and tell you what, you'll start to experience what we call the charged life. Hey guys, it's Brendon. Did you like this episode? If you did, you can do 3 things right now to continue your journey. First, you can subscribe right here to my channel, which I hope you will, so I can keep sending you videos on a weekly basis to change your life. Second, you can get my brand new book for free by clicking the link right here. And third, you can also go to my website, sign up for my newsletter so that I can send you free offers, free products, free programs, updates on my events, new podcasts, and everything else that we don't do on this channel here. If you'd like to do that, just go ahead and click any of these buttons you see right here. Look forward to seeing it on the next video. Until then, go out there every single day of your life, live fully, love openly, and make your difference today.